Hey guys, got an unboxing and first impression for you on the new Schuyler ESV Treveris. This was a Bible on pre-order for quite a while. Just received it today. I'm going to open it up and give you my first impressions of it. All right, so here we are. It's got somewhat of a pull tab that's not working. When in doubt, use your finger. I love the packaging that Schuyler uses. They always make sure that it's packed well and saved from damage. All right, and here's the Bible. Again, this is the Schuyler Treveris ESV in Slate Goatskin. I really enjoy this color. It's a lot different than I'm used to. What you'll notice from the start, other than the beautiful color, is the different design of the outward appearance of this Bible. It is a full yap, so this is my first Schuyler full yap Bible. And what a yap is it's a covering of leather that folds over the entire text block, which protects it from rain and any other damage in transit and carrying it, so on and so forth. It is perimeter stitched, as are all Schuylers. But what's new is this tooled lining. It literally tools, it's a lining around the text block, as you can see, which I think is awesome. Schuyler's never done anything like this before, and I actually really like it. Now looking at the spine, you've got your Schuyler cross, your Jerusalem cross in silver, English Standard Version and Holy Bible in silver with 6 raised hubs on the back. You've got that same tool line and perimeter stitching. Now this leather is very beautiful. I love the scarring. I love some scarring on a Bible. It just makes it stand out a lot more. Opening it up, of course, you got your Schuyler card. It's a congratulatory card on the purchase of your new Bible. And then opening it up, you've got that beautiful red, bright red inner liner. Now this is the same red inner liner that the Quintel has in black goatskin. Now these corners on this thing are quite different. Wow. They're pleated corners. Rather than your typical Schuyler corners. I'll grab my PSQ here. There's the typical Schuyler corners right there. Nothing too fancy, but they're done well. Versus these new pleated corners. This has a Allen feel, a R.L. Allen Bible feel. I really love those pleated corners. And then rather than a gold gilt line, you have a silver gilt line around the edge of the perimeter. And of course, this Bible is edge-lined, as are all premium Bibles. Opening it up, you've got that new presentation page format, as all of the Schuylers do now. I enjoy it. Marriages, births, deaths, so on and so forth. Holy Bible. All right, this Bible was printed and bound in the Netherlands. Paper from France. I like how they put the different countries that this was created from or produced from. Contents, preface, and then we get right into the text. Now this is where the Schuyler Treveris really pops. This is a single column format Bible. There is no cross references. This is purely, in my opinion, a reader's Bible. So you've got the drop caps, very beautiful. It's got the I for in the beginning. And then you've got your verse numbers laid out on the side here. Now let's say you're reading verse 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the second line where it says 2, of course, there's a part of verse 1. But verse 2 starts where the period ends. And so in each line, you have a new verse starting. You just have to find the period, of course. And then at the top here, they've got this beautiful symbol I've not seen in Schuyler before, and two black lines outlining the book of the Bible. Now the page numbers, the chapter heading, and the I guess subtopic is in red. So some would consider this to be a verse-by-verse Bible. I wouldn't say it is, just because it's not fully verse-by-verse, but it's very close. I just love the design on this Bible. I love the different color schemes. The paper is your typical 28 GSM Schuyler paper, very smooth to the touch, very flexible, very light. As far as ribbons go, we get 3 Beresford ribbons. I'll have to singe these with a lighter. They're not singed to be kept from fraying. So definitely want to do that. Let's look at Psalms. So Psalms is not going to be in a poetic format. You're just going to have verse by verse in that same typical fashion, as is Proverbs. Proverbs is the same exact way. Getting to the New Testament, this is a black letter text. Schuyler's typically aren't doing too many red letter texts these days. And that's, don't know how I feel about that. I used to be a red letter guy. I'm kind of growing out of that, but I still don't mind it. So this Bible's typically only broken up by chapters. And you see that the 3 right there is for chapter 3. So they don't make it too pronounced. I would say that this is just a perfect reading Bible. This is what it's made for, is to read. Now, could you teach out of this? Could you do a Bible study out of this? You could. It depends on what kind of Bible study person you are, what kind of studies you like to do. I personally would not use this as a Bible study Bible or a teaching Bible. I love having if I'm using a Bible for teaching or studying, I have to have cross references. And I like to have chapter headings and chapter titles and subtitles and so on and so forth, which this Bible does not offer. But the format is absolutely beautiful. This would be a good devotion Bible to read in the morning and the evening. Going back, it does have a good concordance. Now, this is somewhat different for Schuyler. Most Schuyler Bibles have a three-column format, concordance. Whereas this one only has 2 columns per page. And it seems that the text is a lot bigger in this concordance than most other Schuyler's. It seems like they listened to their buyers. I know that the concordance in Schuyler Bibles was 1 negative because the text was so small. This looks like a typical concordance in most Bibles as far as size goes. Now, getting to the back, you've got a few blank pages leading up to the Bible maps. And of course, you've got your beautiful Schuyler maps. Index to maps. And then you have about 4 or 5 pages of thicker cardstock paper. This is some really thick paper. More so just to protect the text block. But you can also put notes on these pages as well, if you so choose to. So guys, that is the that is the Schuyler Treveris English Standard Version. And I wanted to do a comparison for you as far as size goes. What I have here is an R.L. Allen ESV 1. This is like the perfect sized Bible. And this Treveris is the same exact size. Now, you're going to have a little bit more leather because of the full yap. But as far as the text block, same exact size text block. So I'll show you both of these. You can see that the text block is the same exact size. Of course, you have more leather on the Schuyler, so it's going to look taller and wider, but same exact size. Most people would say that this is the best size Bible that you can make. It's portable. It's big enough to read well. You can teach with it. You can preach with it. Do Bible studies. It's just the all-around best size. Well, guys, that is it for my first look and impressions on this Schuyler Treveris and ESV Slate Goatskin. There are plenty of these available, as well as in other colors on their website, and I'll drop a link in the description below. Until next time, God bless.